have a big old weeds party and we
Y'all want to
meditate.
come smoke some weed?
Y'all want to go smoke some weed?
Let's smoke some weed and go to a park. You want some motherfucking cocaine?
No, this is fucking...
Here we go.
Hi, I'm Jared.
And I'm Jessie.
And,
Oh boy.
I've been thinking.
I'm gonna take my clothes off. That was your part. Okay. Hello! It's me, your Royal Highness, and she's the CBD to my THC, Jessie the Yang. Hi. Let's start this with a meditation.
Have you been meditating every day?
No. Wait, let's do a little breathing exercise to begin, because we're talking about spirituality. You lead it. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh no, you're already doing it.
What do you, okay. Do you want to do an eyes closed meditation or an
Yeah.
eyes open? Oh, okay.
Eyes closed.
All right.
Are you gonna fuck with me when my eyes are closed?
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to?
No.
I might kiss you.
Okay, I'll be fine with that.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yes.
So, close your eyes. And notice the gentle rise and fall of your belly with your breath. And as you notice your breath, you can do a very slow count. So inhaling in 5 seconds. Hold for 5. Exhale for 5. Let's do that again. Inhale for 5. Hold for 5. Exhale for 5. And it'll all be over very soon, but just before you open your eye, just think about a place that you love. Are you there with anyone? What are the colors? Are you holding anything? Eating anything? Smelling anything? Is there a breeze? Is it in nature? Your childhood home? Just really picture it in your mind. And now just notice the feeling you have. And really, really feel that in your heart space. And I will count you out, and you'll be able to open your eyes and be back in reality, completely here, but still feeling that emotion. 3, 2, 1, open your eyes.
It's probably been 2 weeks since we've been vaccinated. Yeah, so yesterday was 2 weeks.
I am wearing lipstick, so.
It's been so long. That was a great way to end that meditation.
Yeah, you should always have someone to kiss when you open your eyes. It'll help.
Do you want to know what I was picturing?
What?
The golf course that we went golfing at.
Oh, it was like the Langara one. That's a weird
Go to our
one.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, what a weird choice.
No, me, you, and my mom golfing.
Oh, and you were golfing?
And the color's green and holding my putter and the Bambi.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
You can see, you'll watch the footage and you'll see the moment that I like, when you say, what are you holding? And I imagined putter and I started smiling. You'll see it.
That's so cute.
So that's what we're doing today, folks, is we're talking about spirituality now that we're all calm and collected and sweaty.
So for
I do feel
anyone
so
ever...
calm.
Oh, that's good.
I'm also high.
Oh, that's triple good. For anyone wondering, meditation can be that easy. And also, it can be much shorter than that. If you don't even want to do the whole visualization part, you can literally just notice the breath. Specifically, like you can do the notice the air inside your nostrils going in and out. Or you
I
can,
like that.
Or you can notice like your chest going up and down, or your belly going out and in. And just do that for 3 breaths. That is a meditation.
When I get worked up sometimes, or when I'm in the shower, I still did like the pole thingy or the pipe
good.
thingy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a center channel meditation that Vincent taught me, and I very quickly
Vincent,
taught
whom
you.
last episode you said that you would kill.
If I had a serial killer.
Trying to kill you. Yeah. It's all context.
Let's bring some context into this.
Roll the tapes.
I wouldn't just kill Vincent out of my own volition.
And then I'll edit last week for you saying, I would kill Vincent. There's no context. So let's get into it.
Well, okay, let's get into it. And clearly, I'm a lot more spiritual than Jer here. Because also, Jer thinks that spiritual people are hippies.
Okay, let's not twist my words. I said they are not the same, but they are not different. You know, I feel like it all comes together. They have the same beliefs in peace and love, and it's all spirituality
I guess.
and smoking weed.
I thought hippies were a lot more about like freedom, self-expression, and not going for war and like protesting.
Well, they are,
war.
but they meditate. They do all that shit. That's where they find their peace.
All right. Well, clearly, Jer here loves to partake in plant medicine. Have you partaken in different kinds of plant medicine aside from the Mary Jane?
Like MDMA?
MDMA is not a plant medicine.
I'm kidding. No, I haven't. I don't think so. I have mushrooms, but I haven't tried them.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty fucking... And CBD for like anxiety and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all same plant, not mushrooms. But why? What else? Like different herbs, I guess.
Or like, you know how people go to Peru and do an ayahuasca ceremony and like those kinds of like a cacao ceremony, like that kind of
Cacao.
Cacao.
Cacao. What's with the end is proud? Seaborn. And the calmness is over. Okay, let's go. Did you hear that?
I did.
I didn't, because last week we forgot to edit it in. Some of these are actionable things, and some of them are questions. This one happens to be an actionable thing. I know for a fact you're going to zoom into that. Okay. In 60 seconds, list all winners of Drag Race.
Impossible.
I can probably do it.
Okay, then do it.
Baby
Okay.
Zahara Benet. I'm trying to go in order. The one that got canceled. What the fuck's her name? Okay, I'll skip season. Tyra Sanchez. Raja, Gemini. Who was the one?
Shay. I did it in 45 seconds. Did I miss? Who the fuck won season 4? Sharon Needles. Did it.
You did it. Ooh. Harry Styles or Lil Nas X?
Harry Styles would love me more, but Lil Nas would destroy me more. You know what I mean? I'd have to go with Harry Styles because I feel like he would be like a passionate, romantic lover. Huh? Whereas Lil Nas would just fucking destroy my booty hole. Which I assume he would top. Anyways, Harry Styles. Okay. Moving on.
I thought you were going to say the ideal scenario is both of them.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't the question. I did think that, though. Okay.
Do you actually have a spiritual, like, what did you answer for the, how woo-woo are you? Like, how spiritual
I put, like,
you?
60%. Because, like, I don't practice it a lot, but I believe it. You know?
Yeah.
And I know it's powers. So we put some polls.
Yeah, we put some polls and we've asked a shit ton of friggin' questions. It's very interesting. So I clearly I loved looking at the how woo woo you are you because the 100% people, those are my people. And then I would
Nice.
say like most people are either like at 50, 60,
Yeah.
something like that. And then everyone else is more like, no,
Yeah.
they're like 20%. You know, I feel like that's the average of the
Mhm.
numbers in between people,
Yeah.
which is like interesting because I've had this discussion with people before and I asked them, are you religious?
Are you religious?
No. Are you like...
Did I tell that story?
Probably not. I've asked people about like their, you know, whatever beliefs, religion, spirituality, that kind of stuff. And then someone was like, yeah, you know, I'm Christian, blah, 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 blah. And then they asked me. And I said, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. And they were like, whoa, I love that answer. And I was like, yeah, because there's a huge difference, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
not religious at all. I do love Buddhism and Taoism and stuff like that, but I'm not religious. I'm not into the rituals of certain religions. Yeah. I went to a Catholic school. Not a mass fan here. Okay.
Your highlight is popping.
Oh, thank you.
Put it under your brow, too.
Sure did. Zoom in. Editor.
Next question.
Second question.
Do you have a spiritual practice? And 60% of people said yes, 40% of people said no. That's like, yeah, pretty expected, I would think. Because, like, I feel like I would, like, I say no to that question, but it's, like, not that I'm choosing not to have a spiritual practice. You know, I just haven't introduced one yet, but I believe in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I think I said no.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't technically have one. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
29 people, though, said that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a lot of just brains
29
happening.
out of 48 people.
Imagine if they were all meditating at the same time and just pew, pew, pew.
Oh, but that's the thing.
That's
It's
what's
like-
happening in the world. It's just a lot of woo, 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 broom, 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 broom. It's the Torah.
Yeah, if you watch Soul, like Disney's
Yes.
Soul, and there's those like the pirate people, and
Yeah.
they're like in this drum
Mhm,
circle thing
mhm.
that they're doing to astral project. People do that. You get together with other people and you like meditate a lot, or you do a drum circle or whatever it is, and then you achieve other levels of consciousness.
Yeah, and I saw like an article that I think it was like a psychologist or something or scientist, I don't know, said that Soul did a really good job of actually portraying like what it actually is like. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Watch it. Jesse's already watched it like 3 times.
3 times. It's so good. Question number 3.
Do you meditate? Which is like almost the exact response as last time, but a little bit different. It was 60-40 last time, and now it's 59-41.
But more people answered this time.
Interesting.
54
Wait, so you
people.
don't have a practice, but you do meditate?
Yeah.
Isn't that a practice?
But a lot of people don't consider meditation their spiritual practice. A lot of people do meditate for
Okay.
other reasons, like health benefits, for
I get
focus, for
that.
creativity,
But
for
they're not
pain
putting
management.
basil into fucking bowls and burning it.
No, they're not doing.
I did that.
Yeah, spells and stuff. The
Next.
question is: do you partake in plant medicine? 55% said no. 45% is Jahed.
Shahid.
Yeah,
Brad
45%
Pitt.
said that they do. That's how Brazilians say Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
No, Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
So this plant medicine question, 51 people.
I want to know who my brothers and sisters
So who
are
are
and
the
those in
yeses?
between the binary, baby. Hi. Y'all want to come smoke weed? Let's have a big old weeds party and we
Y'all want to
meditate.
come smoke some weed?
Y'all want to go smoke that
Let's
weed?
smoke some weed and go to a pool.
Y'all want to go some what?
Come to the pool upstairs. You want some motherfucking cocaine?
No, this is fucking... Do you believe in reincarnation? That's a type of dinosaur.
Reincarnation?
I'm kidding.
It doesn't.
I believe in it.
You do?
Yeah. I think I answered yes. Of
Cool.
course.
20 people said no, though.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Well,
Next.
to believe in reincarnation, you have to believe that our souls do go on after we die. And a lot of people
Yeah,
think that
true.
when we die, we just die.
I don't know if I really believed in it until we were friends, I guess. I mean, I always knew about it. I didn't know if I believed in it or not. I didn't, like, eagerly not believe in it. But my grandma always believed in it growing up and always told me about it. And I was always like, that sounds, like, too crazy to be true. Like, in a good way, that's too cool. But no, I believe in it now.
And see, that's the interesting thing, because we'll get to it, but I did ask if people believe in karma. And it's funny because a lot of people say, like, I don't believe in reincarnation, but then they believe in karma. And I'm like...
Yeah, because they think of karma as, like, you're a dick to me, you're going to get something back. That's not... Like, everybody, karma's a bitch, but, like, people don't actually know what karma really is, They just know the...
But that's what I mean. It's like, It's the same cycle of life, except karma is in the incarnation you're now.
Well...
Reincarnation is throughout lives and eons, which
we'll
is really
see
interesting.
which one of you are those people coming up soon. We're going to roast you.
Well, I asked also, do you believe in ghosts? And 70% of people said yes, 30% said no. And we had almost 50 people answer, so 49
And
people.
what's that in comparison to reincarnation?
54 people answer.
Because
62 people said yes in
60%.
Reincarnation, and 70%
so almost
said
the same,
ghosts.
a little bit less said that they...
So, but 10% more do believe in ghosts.
Interesting.
See, then, I'm like...
Y'all are fucked. Y'all need to get on the bus.
The line is so...
Yeah.
Like, you'll believe in ghosts, but you don't believe in reincarnation. If a ghost is the soul or the spirit or the energy of whatever the person was here, you don't think that thing can continue on and be born again?
And smoke weed with you?
Do you believe in angels? Now,
I saw an angel, of that I'm sure. She smiled at me in the subway. She was with another man. But I won't lose no sleep on that, 'cause I've got a plan. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You know what?
I hate this
because
music
of
video.
I know, but
makes
because
me
of
very
that song,
uncomfortable.
I do believe in angels and ghosts and spirits. Well, Lucas Benjamin, who was on episode
2.
I don't want to spill too much details because this is his story, but he recently had a friend pass away and in a car accident, and he recently got into a car accident himself. Had no idea how it happened. It just happened, but for some reason he was unscathed and he was fine. And then minutes later, his friends were driving down the highway where he got in this accident and saw him. Didn't expect to see each other. That day, I also had a feeling to reach out to him and ask how he was doing because we hadn't talked in a minute, and all of that. And he was like, yeah, somebody must be looking out for me. And I'm like, didn't your friend just pass away like weeks ago? And he said, yeah, in a car accident. He's your guardian angel. Because they were like best friends. So I'm like, he had your back. So I believe in angels, for sure.
I mean, a lot of people like will mix it all together, or people will differentiate angels from spirits from, whatever, different entities. But I remember I heard this quote from Oprah, who is my queen. She said, or some author was on her show and said, like, when someone you love dies, it's an angel you know by name.
Cool.
And, like, how beautiful is that? So, like, even though, of course, you're sad that your friend died or, whoever it is in your life that died, but then when they're on the other side, it's an angel you can actually call because you know their name, as opposed to, like, just an angel, guardian angel, which is kind of like, I don't, if they are there kind of thing.
Well, and there's just, like, so many different, like, realms, and, like, if you think of, like, indigeneity, there's so much of that belief system that is just within their blood. And it's just not even like an external belief system. It just is. And that's so fascinating.
Yeah.
I heard this quote. This is not really related to spirituality. Well, sort of. But it was talking about death in a meeting I had at work the other day, as one does. And the quote was, you die twice. Once when you die and once when your story stops being told. And I'm like, whoa. So you live on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you believe in more? Because, that's why people believe in religion, but that's just, there's so many additional factors into that. But, with afterlife and spirits, and, why wouldn't you? It just does nothing but enhance your life. If you've lost somebody, to know that you could probably still reach out to them and believe that they're there, and afterlife, meaning your life doesn't end when it ends. Why wouldn't you want to believe in that?
Well, There's a lot of fear, right? There's a lot of like, I would rather not believe that because it'll protect me and I'll feel.
I mean,
better
I'm
this
still
way.
afraid of death, but like, you know, the
Right.
idea that I get
Yeah.
to come back maybe, and you won't even know that you're back. That's the other thing. Like, unless you do the work, like you now know that you're back, like you know about your past lives, sort of. But
Well, I used to be an atheist, and so that's where I was. It was easier for me to just deny that there
Right.
was anything because it just made more sense, right? It's so much more logical for you to know how science and math works, for you to be like, oh, we are statistical improbabilities and we're just here by accident and everything is chaos. We're just here by, you know, random chance. And like that will help you in your head. But for me, it was like in my heart, I always needed more, but religion never filled that. And then once I opened myself up to my own spirituality and just started following the path, now I'm a fulfilled 100% like whole human. And I was obviously denying half of myself because I didn't want to believe in it.
well, and spirituality can exist and does exist without religion.
Oh, 100%.
Like you don't have to believe in God to
100%.
believe in afterlife and to believe in
Yeah.
in all of that. So
Yeah. And I love that that's the whole thing. It's just like when you believe in these things, it means that you're believing not only in that there's something that is bigger than all of us,
yeah.
that you are more powerful than you
Yeah.
know. And
Well,
a lot of
and-
people find that like they don't want to believe that, you know?
Well, more for us, but more power for me. But it's also that God, in the sense of God, is like in North America and well, in the Americas, it's like a white man in the sky. But God, in a larger sense, is way more than that.
Yeah.
And it's a different thing to different people, like in different religions.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the same God, but it's a different God.
Different names.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
different
so,
names, different
but
descriptions.
Christianity tends to believe that their God is the God. And it's like, no. No.
Well, and they also like to believe that they're
That's not all Christians. P.S. by the way.
Of course, but their God is very, you will be punished if you don't do this.
Yeah.
Or it's very like Santa, like you're good or
Yeah,
you're
no
bad.
kidding.
But it's very,
Y'all fucking worship Santa, you weirdos.
that's not into that.
Not all Christians.
But anyway.
But Candace Cameron Bure, you can suck my ass.
Well, so apparently, I've never been on television before. 61% of people do believe in angels, but
Okay.
then when I asked about karma, yes.
90%.
Oh, not that much.
82%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because y'all believe in surface level stereotypical karma.
55 people answered
said
this
no?
question. Interesting. Let's look at the...
Joanna, Bob, Camilo, Aaron, Angelica, Sam, James, Caitlin, Lisa, and Sydney.
It's very interesting
I
because
mean,
Camilo said that he's 100% spiritual, but then he doesn't believe in karma.
but maybe these people, well, for that one's a weird one. But like for people that aren't very spiritual, they might think that karma just like there's no need for it in their life. You know, they don't rely on the fact that they've done something good, so they'll get something good, or that somebody's done something bad, so they'll get their bad. Whereas they don't know how to marry the two. Like you don't expect karma for anyone; you just know that it'll do its thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like some people probably like, oh, I don't fuck with that. It's stupid, you know.
Okay, that's an interesting
These earrings are
observation.
killing me. Should I take them off?
I asked, are you into any of these systems, astrology, human design, numerology, you know, kind of systems where they just say, oh, you were born at this time.
Yeah.
64% of people said that they are into one of these systems, and then 36% said no. So I feel like I'm surprised by that. I thought a lot more people would be like, no. Because, you know, a lot of people don't like astrology.
Yeah, I don't not like astrology, but I don't follow it, you know. But when you tell me my shit, I'm like, cool, but I don't follow it.
Yeah, I think it's very hard to remember all of that information. And astrology is kind of like destined fate. It's like a
Yeah.
little bit harder to grasp.
Yes.
But something like human design is very much like, this is how you exchange energy with the world. And if you do this, your life is going to be better. And it's an experiment. So you're supposed to just try it out and see if it works for you. And this is why I love human design. And I find human design a lot more, it makes more sense and it's easier to comprehend because you can actually use it in your life as opposed to like astrology, which is like, well, Scorpios are like really jealous. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not. And then you just,
I mean, there's a lot about Aries that don't fit me.
Yeah.
There's a meme going around right now, like a trend that's like just pictures from TV shows or whatever, and like they're putting like Aries Sun, Leo Moon. Like I have no idea what any of them mean. And every second story there is, I see them and I'm like,
Same.
I don't know what this means.
Same.
But like, there's people that probably feel like astrology is the same way as like a fucking fortune cookie. You know, it's just words that like you obviously are going to relate to, and they're vague enough. But like, no, when you actually look into like, you know,
well, you have to look into your birth chart.
that.
But I think it's really funny that I've seen like what the thing you said on Instagram stories from a bunch of people, but these same people just being like, oh, as soon as people start talking about manifestation and spirits and crystals, I'm just like, I don't.
Somebody
give a shit.
responded.
And I'm like, how can you not care about these things, but then here you are posting all of your astrology thing? It's the same shit.
Because it's performative. Somebody responded to the story that of one of these questions, the crystal one, being like, "Oh, crystals."
Well, that's
I don't
funny
use
because the
crystals.
next question is, are you into crystals?
Oh, it's pretty even. 46% said yes, 54% said no.
So it's kind of like half-half because we
Almost.
had 56 people reply.
26 for yes and 30 for no. I said no.
Yeah, I'm not into crystals.
No.
I have them. I'm not like, because some people are really, like Rebecca.
Scott
okay.
Disick.
Rebecca, my roommate, she has a very like high sensitivity for crystals. So she
Really?
can feel like when she's using one, it'll actually affect her. For me, I can hold this and just be like, and now,
rock.
and now what?
Like, I mean, I could lick this and nothing.
When I actually hold that
Oh, you can't reach
that
it.
lamp,
It's also
I
back.
do feel like it's taking a lot of like my tiredness and,
Oh, it
and
does.
energy and stuff
Because
away.
it's putting out protons or some shit. I don't know. It's putting out something because of the salt and the
yeah,
heat.
and I have
This is putting physical stuff into the air. Like, it's not woo-woo.
It's the same effect as when I'm in the ocean, because the ocean has a lot of salt, right? So it's just like it takes all of your electrons and it helps you like balance it out. So that's kind of how I feel when I touch that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a labradorite, and dude, I swear, it makes no difference when I hold it. I don't feel a difference. I know it's supposed to help you with like opening your third eye or like spiritual. Makes no, I don't know. But I think Rebecca is someone that when she holds crystal, you're not breathing. That's not going to help you.
I'm trying really hard. What's something super cosmic that you've manifested? My current job. My coworker and I, who interviewed me, we were talking about it the other day, and she was just saying how like I was the one for the job. There was one other person that was being debated,
Yeah.
and it was one of her friends actually, but I edged them out because of my experience and whatnot. But
Because you're great
more
and
so,
deserve
like
it.
yeah, when I went into the job, I was like, or the interview, I was like, there's no reason that I shouldn't get this job. I'm overqualified for this job, and not in a cocky way. So I just went in and gave my experience, answered the questions, asked them questions, and I was like, I'm getting this job, like, and I got it.
Yeah.
So, holla, manifestation, baby. And it's not woo woo. It's just about setting your intentions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, and if you don't get it, okay.
I mean, a lot of people do manifestation very the secret style because that's the biggest thing in the zeitgeist. So a lot of people know the law of attraction and
Yeah.
think positive. And then if you write like many zeros on a check and then you see it every day, you're going to bring in that $1 million check into your life. And it's like, okay, well, if that works for you, that works for you. But let me just tell you, manifestation is very, it's very straightforward. It's
Although I
very
did do the bay
literal.
leaf thing once.
Yeah, but
That was
that's-
fun.
and that was still like putting, your energy and thoughts into something.
Yeah.
But like
A little added spice of witchcraft.
exactly. I feel like that's still like that's more like a spell
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
like what you can do when you
Yeah.
manifest things. James said a healthy life in sobriety, and I love that. See? And this is the kind of stuff that I'm like, this is why I love manifestation, is because you can bring like real change into your life that can be healthy. So Tom said,
just bought a $500,000 house, a new car, and living my dream.
are you single?
No.
Damn it.
He has a boyfriend.
And Aaron said, I believe manifesting is a result of your choices and hard work, and sometimes it works out. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot more that goes into it, obviously, because working hard is a choice. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's a result of your choice and hard work. Hard work is a choice. We can get things without having to do hard work.
Correct.
And that's how you can
But
manifest
that's
things.
not about being lazy.
No, but it's about what you said. It's about knowing that you deserve it and that you're good. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, and then a friend of mine sent me a message with a messaggio. Sam says, so I've been always very intuitive, and I always have crazy dreams and even dream things that I see in real life. One time my partner and I were driving down the highway, and without even thinking about it, I randomly asked, have you ever hit a bird with your car? It was like I had no control in asking him the question. It just came out. And he was like, no, that's a random question. And not even an hour later, a huge hawk came out of nowhere and we smacked it with our car. Stuff like that happens to me all the time. I'll say something and it'll come true. He's 100% not religious or spiritual, but sometimes I'll start to say something and he'll tell me not to say it or ask a question because he knows something will come true, lol.
The husband?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. That crow thing has also happened to me.
You know what has also happened to us?
A crow coming into your apartment?
So we were coming back from Kelowna in the car, and Jared was saying how much he hates the lyrics. I'm trying to find the words to describe
the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. And those respectful words.
Oh, she's a sexy bitch. A sexy bitch.
She's nothing like the girls you've ever seen before. Nothing you can compare to your neighborhood hoe. And then the song came on.
And then literally the next song on our playlist, and it was like a random Spotify playlist too. The amount of times we screamed inside that car.
Yeah, and we also still sang the entire thing too.
No. Oh yeah, we jammed to it.
Yeah, it's still a bop. It's just terrible.
It's just a really bad lyric. Thank you, Sam, for that crazy ass story.
Thank you.
I would be terrified to hear. Well, actually, can you say Jesse's gonna win $1 million in the lottery? And
or you know
Jared's
what?
gonna get married in 3 months. Anyway, next question.
Have you ever had a session with a psychic medium or a tarot reader or other intuitives? I did a tarot card reading. That's all. I'm too scared to do a psychic reading, though.
What did you think of the tarot reading then?
It was good. It was very accurate. I didn't put into practice as much as I was supposed to, because I was supposed to like find some sort of practice or go to therapy, and I didn't do that. But I was in the two not relationships, but the two like dates and, you know, people that I met after that. I was like, nope. Like, you know what I mean? Not what I deserve, not what I deserve. Like, you know? So, and like after such, you know, sadness, I was like, just kicked them to the curb, and I was like, nope, that's not what I want.
Great.
So I learned from it for sure. Like I think it's because I was already putting in practice those things that when they were reaffirmed, then I was like, hey, I'm on the right track.
Yeah. Speaking of tarot cards, do you like my tarot cards?
Rupel. That's a cool one.
Well, this is how I do tarot, because I'm not a reader, but I do use them sometimes to get answers that I can't see. And because tarot cards, any form of divination, it's mostly just a way for somehow life to mirror your situation. It's not like a, you know, this will absolutely going to happen to you.
Does that matter if it comes up upright? What?
Some people care about
This
it.
is the King of Wands, and it's Stacey Lane Matthews.
Another king. So it suggests that while you're in a leadership position, you're not ready to step into the role, and you may be the creative or visionary person in your work, but you haven't developed a sense of comfort with leading other people towards your vision.
I love to lead people towards my vision. Very comfortable doing that.
On a personal level, the King of Wands warns you against setting unrealistic expectations for yourself and others. Okay.
That's me.
Second to last question.
I ask people if they have any crazy stories about these sessions. That they
I
would
just
like to
remembered that
answer.
I got 2 for 1 in the Chinese food that I
bowl?
ordered earlier, and then we get another after this. Anyways, go on.
Sam, the person with that story, said, I've been told by multiple psychics that I'm having twin girls. Multiple, all in caps. That's kind of terrifying. I would
Good luck.
not like that. Jared
Speaking
said,
of buy one, get one free.
Jared said, a lot of thoughts.
Oh. Vincent, who is like a god, he basically said that I've got a great aura, but there's a lot going on in there. A lot of thoughts. And then when I got the tarot card reading, he said the exact same thing. A lot of thoughts. That fucking hamster is like...
Taylor Bourne said, I was told I would travel for school. I wasn't even a student at the time of the reading, and so I said maybe she meant my sister because my sister was going to the UK with her school. But I ended up going to Quebec for school a few years later.
Wow.
And then Rebecca said, they're always true. This is the last one.
Oh, and it is. Spill your spiritual tea. Spirituality. What? Spirituality.
Spirituality. Are you okay?
Spirituality. Got it. With us. Do you have any ghost stories, medium encounters, had a premonition, communicate telepathically with animals? What's your story?
Yeah. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I think I told the one that I had a ghost in my apartment on one of the fucking episodes, I'm pretty sure. I had a ghost in my apartment.
Oh, I think you've said that answered. Said that story.
Holy fuck, we have a ton of answers here, so we're powering through them.
Janana said, I'm a Christian and I've had plenty of times when I knew God was real. Anyways, Brittany said, I'm pretty sure there's some kind of entity in my front yard that only my dog can see.
Ew. Girl, sage that shit.
Rebecca Manini said, I once saw a ghost kid's feet in my bathroom. Is that with you?
Jess.
Oh, right. Erin Palm said, the day before my granny died, she came to me in a dream and apologized for missing my wedding. Aww.
That's sweet.
Oh my god, there's so many stories I could tell now that I'm thinking of it, but we don't have a lot of time. My cousin died. And the day that she died, her dad, my great uncle or something, got just a feeling that it was happening. So he pulled over and heard her say, "It's my time," and then she died right then and there. And then after her funeral, and everybody was like gathered at her house, a big picture frame fell off the mantle, and there was several pictures in it. The picture of her was flipped over. So she was fucking with them, being like, still got it. Because she was a little prankster. So
Dream Circus Video said, I lived with a ghost for about a year. It was a pleasant experience, but freaky as hell.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's kind of like mine. I lived with a ghost for a year, but it wasn't mean or anything. It was pleasant. So Taylor said, my aunt was a medium, and before she passed, she warned my grandma's health wasn't well, and that my grandma wasn't being honest. 2 months later, my aunt passed away, and 3 months after that, my grandma passed away. After her death, we found out from her close friends that she was lying to us about how bad things were, and that she fell a lot but didn't want to burden us. I didn't really take my aunt too seriously because I assumed she was predicting her own fate and not my grandma since she passed first. Jesus.
Tom said, this is the last half of his story. What was the first part of his story?
I did a charity night reading people's tarot while my friend is a medium.
Okay, so he was reading tarots, and the story goes...
He said the entire hall was in tears as he went around the room talking to their departed. We never met any of the people before, and he saw their loved ones, what they looked like, what they were wearing, how they passed, even when they died. It was insane.
Yeah, mediums can do that. It happened when I was at a literal stadium, and that's where Teresa Caputo was doing her thing, and she read several people throughout, and it was fascinating.
Yeah, I did a Zoom reading with a medium, in the end of last year, and it was Erica Gabriel, and I think there was 50 of us on Zoom, and it was super cool, because I've seen the live reading type of group readings, but then with the Zoom one, she would just close her eyes, and then she would like connect with something or someone, the spirit team, the passed away person. And then she would look through, like, you know, when you can see all of the people in the Zoom, and then she'd just go from like page 1 to page 3. And then she would know who to talk to. And then she'd be like, you with this like hair, with this person, do you recognize this? And then the person would be like, yes, that's my whatever, you know, and like,
dude,
that's
imagine
so cool.
Spirits trying to figure out Zoom in a pandemic. That That's a whole skit. They're like, how do we connect with them? They're all, oh my god, I gotta, Larry, can you help me over here?
And they probably
they
end up
died in like the 1800s, so they're like,
they
what is
probably fuck it up with so much interference too.
this? That's so funny.
They like cut the Wi-Fi and they're like, shit.
We need to make a skit out of that.
Did you hear that?
Okay.
Are you ready? Yes.
If the square root of pi is 1.7725, how many square-shaped root veggie pies could you eat in 1.27725 hours?
42.
Correct.
42 is always the answer.
I would say 47.
What's a random item in your purse or bag that might concern people?
A skipping rope.
You have a skipping rope in your backpack? What
Yeah, like in my bag over there, the brown bag that's usually my little satchel.
What?
There's a skipping rope in it,
What?
and it's like unopened too. It's like purchased just freshly. Looks like I'm gonna go kill someone. No, because I bought it with the intention of jumping rope, and I just
in your
haven't-
bag?
Well, I bought it like a week ago, and I haven't used that bag since, and I just haven't started skipping rope yet. So,
All right.
pendulum divination.
I thought it would be really fun for us to do a little divination section
What is that?
when you try to get answers from the beyond.
Yeah, I want to do that.
This is where crystals are helpful. Or you can do like muscle tests. There's muscle tests that you can use like your fingers, or if you're like standing and you kind of like do like kind of a meditation, and then you're standing up and then you ask a yes or no question. And if you lean forward, it's a yes. And if you lean backwards, it's a no. And it's crazy how sometimes the answer is so strong it almost knocks you over. So if you're ever at like a point in your life where you are at a crossroads and you really don't know the answer, you can ask for help, quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes because it's, yeah, like you choose what you're connecting to. Obviously, do not connect to any ghosts, right? Like make sure your intention is to connect with only the high vibe, high frequency.
Because like, is this the same like Ouija boards where you
entities.
can bring the spirits in?
No,
Okay,
Ouija boards are completely fucked. Do not ever play with them unless you want a ghost in your life.
Yeah, those bring negative spirits.
Yeah.
And they stay.
Yeah. Muscle tests are just you, and obviously it is intention as well, so you're just connecting with like your highest self, your soul, your God, your whatever. And with crystals too, like my intention with this only is to bring the messages that are necessary and good for the collective, and not just for me. And you have to say I have your permission for me to connect with your spirit team, your spirit guides, your side of things on that side. Because
You have my permission.
oh, good. Okay, do you want to limit it to 5 questions? Because then we don't. Have
I
to
can't
go
even think
over.
of one
Oh my God.
question.
You know what I asked, and it was really funny.
What?
I asked the pendulum earlier this year if I was going to have sex this year.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
very clearly said no.
I'm okay. So you can ask anything you want?
Yeah, any yes or no question.
Well, first of all, is there can you ask if there's anybody here? Like if there's energy here?
I would say ask a question about yourself. I don't want to invite something. Like if
Oh,
you
I
don't
see,
have
I see,
something
I see.
here, I don't want to invite
Right.
it.
Okay, so a yes or no question about myself.
More specific is better.
Oh, good, okay.
Usually.
Will I be working in the film industry by the end of this year? That's what I want to fucking know.
So, like, you mean, will I book anything this
Yes.
year? Okay. What I was doing while you were like thinking about it is I'm checking with my crystal to show me what yes is and what no is, because it can move in a bunch of different ways, right? But for me, the crystal said yes are circles and no is a back and forth. So
Whoa.
the question is, will Jared book anything this year, right?
Yes.
It's a circle.
It's a circle.
Looks like yes. That's good. Any specifics about that? You want to ask her? Like, is it a commercial, TV show, a movie, or
like a
money
principal
or-
role?
okay? Will it be a principal role?
No.
No. Interesting.
Well, it could be bigger.
yeah. Interesting.
It also could be commercial. It could be
Yeah.
movie. It could be. It doesn't. Principal applies to TV. And film. And
well,
movie, I
it
guess.
applies to everything.
Yeah. Okay. Will I start some sort of new relationship?
Will Jared start a new relationship? Yes.
Thank you. No further questions.
No further questions, Your Honor. Your witness.
Bailiff, take me out.
All right, we're done. Well, thank you, Crystal. I'm very sweaty.
I am too, but I want to know. After October, will my mom be happy?
Ooh, great question. Okay. Is Wendy going to be happy after October? It doesn't look like it. Oh, really?
One more question.
Wendy is not going to be happy in October? No. You keep saying no. Why?
Okay.
Stop it. I don't like this answer.
Will my mom
Give it back.
Will my mom like where she's living?
Oh, okay. Will Wendy like where she is living? Oh,
Yes.
looks like a yes. Okay,
Okay.
well, that's something. I wonder why she won't be happy. I guess happy is a very
Yeah.
It's a hard answer. I don't even know if I'm
Nobody's
happy.
100% happy
Yeah,
ever.
so,
Yeah.
like-
Okay, that's fine. Leave it at that. She's gonna like where she's living. That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
Well, next year's gonna be crazy because she's retiring. So
Well, maybe she'll be happy then.
yeah, probably.
Maybe that's why she's not happy now. Interesting.
Then it's time for your Not Ganja Believe This. So I mentioned earlier my story had to do with angels, sort of, and spirits and whatever. But anyways, so my friend passed away when we were in grade 10. Have I told this on the podcast? I don't think so. Well, she passed away when we were in grade 10, and a lot happened after that. We made a road safety organization that toured the elementary schools and did presentations on road safety. We did fundraisers and all this stuff to improve our city. We got crosswalks, streetlights, sidewalks, school zone. We did it all in her name. Anyways, I was working one time and the song Beautiful by James Blunt that I was singing earlier came on. And I was like, whoa, I haven't heard this song in a really long time. The last time I heard it was at Josie's funeral. And that was one of the 3 songs that they played during her funeral. And I was like, just thinking about her at work that day and thinking about the funeral. And this was like months after it. And that song came on and I was like, what the fuck? And that was like 2007. Nope, 2010 or something. Grade 11 or 10 or 11. And then just 2020, on the anniversary of her passing, the 10-year anniversary of her passing, I hadn't thought of it. And then I didn't realize that it was that day. And then the song came on. And I was like, and I didn't really put it together. And then not long after, Sadie texted me. She was like, yeah, so it's 10 years today. And I was like, yeah, it is. And and she, just popped in to say hello.
Yeah.
Super wild. So, yeah. And I think she really is looking out for Sadie, too. Because they were best friends. And it was her passing away that led to me and Sadie becoming best friends. Because we drifted towards each other during that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we dated. And then, But, yeah. So, I wouldn't have Sadie without Josie. So, It's pretty wild. Very wild. And what's yours?
I have a lot of stories. There's a story about my mom, there's a story about my aunt, and then there's another one that now that you're mentioning this, I'm thinking about something else.
Okay, Taylor Bourne.
There's a 6-part answer. So my mom has been to psychics and all the time, right? Throughout her life. And then there's this one lady that she went to who does búzios in Brazil.
Búzios.
In Brazil, it's when you do kind of divination or whatever, but with shells.
Ooh.
Which is it comes from that African religion that I can't remember the name now. Candomblé. And my mom didn't say anything. She just went in because she just has an open mind. And the lady threw the shells and she said, I see here that you had 3 kids. And my mom was like, that's incorrect. And she's like, no, you had 3 kids.
Oh, yeah.
And my mom was like, no, I only have 2. And she's like, no, you had 3. But this shell, so there were 2 shells and then 1 tiny shell on top of the 2 other shells. And it was flipped upside down. And she said, you have 2 kids that are alive, but this one kid has passed. It's crazy how she got that right.
Your mom had an
didn't
abortion?
say... No.
Miscarriage?
Actually, she gave birth to a baby like full term. She was full term with the baby. It was her first child, so it was before my sister. She was like 40
Oh,
weeks.
you did tell me this.
She was 40 weeks pregnant, and then nothing was happening, and so she had a bad feeling, went to the doctor, and they found out that she had encephalo, whatever that disease is, where the baby develops without a brain. And at the time, there was no ultrasound, right? So, like,
Right.
that wasn't normal. So, my mom didn't know. She was just growing. She was the right weight, you know, all of those things. It was just weird that by, like, 38, 40 weeks, there was no more, like, the baby wasn't moving as much.
Oh.
And, like, the baby did, I think, probably move once or twice because she had a heart and all of those things. So, she just didn't have a brain. And so, she couldn't survive, obviously, on her own. And so my mom had to go into a C-section, like emergency one, and they took the baby out, and the baby died, I think, 3 days after. Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, a lot of times when that happens, the baby comes back through the next baby. Like, I've seen a lot of stories
Yeah.
that
Very,
babies
like,
when they're kids,
reincarnation
they
type of thing.
mention something about how, like, it didn't work the first time or something. But that person, if they saw that psychic, they probably would have known if one of you was a reincarnation or a second life or whatever life.
Yeah,
But
who knows?
so that, wonder where that life is now.
Yeah. I don't know either. I don't know if that was my sister, you know, like
Yeah.
she did come through, or if that's me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or if Evelyn, that's what my mom had decided to name that baby. I don't know if Evelyn went somewhere else and reincarnated as someone else. But I'm pretty sure she did reincarnate.
That's crazy
'cause
that
she was a
you
baby.
like had another sister.
Yeah. So here's my aunt when she was living in Taiwan, and she was in her first marriage, miserable. I don't think he was fully physically abusive, or maybe he did push her maybe once or something, but he was just like a terrible person. I think he gambled, maybe was an alcoholic, something not healthy. And my aunt was walking down in Taiwan, like going through one of those like small streets, and there was a blind man sitting in a corner, and he had that sign of like numerology or psychic or whatever, come read with me. And as my aunt passed him, he said, "You need to see me." And she was like, "No." And then she passed him again another day, and he said, "You again, you need to see me." He was blind.
Oh my God.
How the fuck he knew it was the same person, I don't know. And then I think the third time, somehow, I don't know how, but it was like in a mall, or I don't know. They met each other, or he came into her store. It was something really crazy. Like, they met for a third time, and he gave her his card and was like, "Whenever you're ready, come see me. You need to see me." And then, well, you know, she was like, "That's kind of freaky. So I guess I'll go, because it can't just be three coincidences like that." So she went, and he did the numerology on her Chinese name. And he said, "The numbers on your name are bad luck. They're really, really bad." And he was like, "You need to change your name to this." And he gave her a new Chinese name. And then she did actually go to like wherever, you know, you change your names and stuff. And her life has been soaring after that. Like, she has everything. You want to know my third story? That's really fucking cool.
You have your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
So after, it's not that cool, but it's kind of freaky. My dad had a radio alarm that would wake him up at 6 a.m. to go to work every single day. And then when he was sick, he got cancer. And so for 2 months while he was like in and out of the hospital, we weren't really using that alarm radio because there was no need for him to wake up at 6 a.m. So it was there on his side of the bed for years. Like one of those, analog ones. And then after he died, I think it was like a week after, my dad died, I think at like 4:57 a.m. or something like that, like a very like specific time. And then one day I was asleep, my mom bursts into my room screaming for me to wake up, and my sister, and we're like, "What?" And she's like, "Living room now." And we're like, "Oh my God, what?" We get there, that radio alarm is going off. And we're like, "Just fucking turn it off." And she's like, "No, it started going off at 4:57, like specifically the same time that he had died.
Oh my God.
And it freaked everyone out. And we were like, oh my God, we don't like this. We have to stop. We turned it off. It like did the snooze thing and it just like, it came back up and just went on and just started playing again. We ripped the batteries out of it and we were like, okay, now it'll stop. 5 seconds later, it started going again and we're like, how the fuck is that even possible? The three of us were screaming. Like,
God.
Screaming. And there's no way for it to have changed the time, right? Because he always woke up at 6 a.m. No one touched that thing. It was his. Like, all of these, we tried to think of like all the possible ways it could have changed.
Well, the fact that it kept going, that's not a smoke detector.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
like maybe if the cleaning lady had like accidentally touched the dials, but it was like one of those old ones. So it wasn't like a bunch of buttons. It's like the one that you have to go in. You have to like, you know, you gotta milk it. So that was really fucking weird. And the fact that we ripped out the batteries and it kept going, we threw it almost like out the balcony. It was,
dude, that's your dad. You can't throw that at the balcony. That's him.
Listen.
I would keep that thing and I would let it go off because then every time it goes off, you know he's trying to communicate with you.
We do not like that in that household.
Okay, Dad, find a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I haven't met your dad yet. That needs to happen. Hello?
He knows. He knows that I'm terrified of ghosts. So I already told him, like, as soon as he died, I was like, if you dare come wake me up, if you show up as a ghost, I will be so mad.
Okay, well, next time you see him while you're astroplaning or whatever, tell him I want to say hi.
Okay.
Did you hear that? I heard it. We've got 2 left, so let's do them. Marry, fuck, kill.
Ooh.
Mother Teresa, Gandhi, and Jesus.
I would fuck Jesus.
That's the beginning of the episode. I would fuck Jesus.
Because he's a daddy. We all know that.
Yeah. Jesus has got everything I
kind of want to kill both Mother Teresa and Gandhi. They both suck. They were terrible human beings. Well, okay. Mother Teresa was worse, I think. Gandhi was like, no, he was also bad.
Well, you gotta marry one of them. You gotta fuck the other, so.
Well, I guess I would marry Gandhi because he died before married Teresa and Mother Teresa, and I would not want to be with Mother Teresa for the rest of my life.
So you're killing her. All right. Yeah. Good answer. Last question.
Give us your best chicken impression. See you later.
And that's it, folks.
That's all.
Oh my God.
God, I am literally dripping.
You literally are. Okay, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. We
need to turn that fan on.
Turn that fan off. Okay, folks. That was fun. That was nice and peaceful. That was less chaotic than normal because, you know, spirituality.
Yeah.
Bye.
TH.
See you later.